All right, finally, I have something that I actually want to talk about in the space. Let's jump into it. If you can avoid the just insane amount of ads on this website, we have an exclusive. Next mainline Ghost Recon game is heading to internal alpha later this year. If you guys join me for Summer Games Fest, we watched Summer Games Fest, we watched the Xbox conference, we watched the Future Game Show. One notable key missing part of all of these showcases was the Ubisoft Forward this year. And I kept asking the question, like, what is Ubisoft doing? They obviously went through their transition where they split off, you know, Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, but we always wonder, like, what's going on with Splinter Cell? And what the hell's actually going on with Ghost Recon? So in this article, Insider Gaming, they say they learned the next mainline Ghost Recon game, codenamed Over, will be going to its internal alpha later this year. Now, there is a typo on this page. They say, according to several sources, the game will enter internal alpha in fall of 2026. That's actually meant to say fall of 2025. And then you can see that it's expected to launch sometime in 2026. So not only do we have Battlefield on the horizon, we have Splinter Cell being remade that we're just kind of waiting for news on. We also have a Ghost Recon game coming back in 2026. In my opinion, guys, if you grew up playing games on the PS2 in the early 2000s, I think we might be back. Here's the thing. I know a lot of you, pretty much every single one of you, are Ubisoft haters. I'm a Ubisoft hater for about 99% of the projects that they make. I'm a big fan of Rainbow Six. On my last video, y'all let me know you weren't a fan of me being a fan of Rainbow Six. But one thing that does have me excited about the prospect of a new Ghost Recon game is this right here. In March of 2024, we did a video on this all the way. I can't believe it's been that long. Insider Gaming reported that the next mainline Ghost Recon game would take a more military simulation approach with a first-person perspective and a focus on a fictional Naiman war. Footage sent to Insider Gaming under the condition that it will not be made public shows a game somewhat similar to the Modern Warfare series or something akin to the tactical shooter Ready or Not. I think Ubisoft might be getting the message. As for when Ubisoft will officially unveil the game, nobody really knows, but sources believe that the company is likely to keep it under wraps for at least the next 12 months leading up to a fall 2026 release. If they're entering internal alpha now, my guess is it's going to be releasing sometime on the tail end of 2026, or hell, they might wait and push it to a March 2027 release. I'm pretty sure Ghost Recon Wildlands, Ghost Recon Wildlands released March 6th, 2017, but there's really no trend to look at here because Breakpoint obviously released October 4th, 2019. What's fucking crazy to me when you look at these two numbers though, 2017 to 2019, and we're now going on 6 years without even hearing a fucking breath about the next Ghost Recon title. Now, I obviously understand Breakpoint was received horribly at launch, rightfully so. The game was fucking cheeks, but the game did get better as time went on, and that is one thing that I have to give Ubisoft credit for. If they don't just outright cancel the game, I'm looking at you, X-Defiant. If they don't outright cancel the game, they do post-launch support probably better than almost every other AAA developer in the space. Rainbow Six has been going on for fucking, it's a decade now. Rainbow Six Siege X. Skull and Bones is getting post-launch support, and that game had 4 people playing it. It's actually kind of wild that X-Defiant got canned like 6 months after launch or whatever it was, and Skull and Bones is still being supported. That's how bad this fucking game did. But again, you got to look at the positives and the negatives. I do think that if a game has enough time to breathe, Ubisoft does very well with their post-launch support. They support a lot of their games, in my opinion, a lot longer than they probably should, and that might be why they're in financial trouble now. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to hearing more about the next Ghost Recon title. I love that when you search Ghost Recon OG, you get Operator Drewski. Shout out to him. Look, I remember watching my dad play this game online with a friend doing co-op missions. My dad used to smoke like a fucking chimney. The room was just, dude, I grew up watching and playing Ghost Recon and inhaling copious amounts of secondhand smoke. This is the shit right here. I loved Ghost Recon. This is how I remember playing the games growing up. Not that I'm not a fan of the third-person perspective in the newer games. I just know that OG Ghost Recon fans have been asking for a first-person game for a long time. I'll give another shout out to Deef Actual, who has been putting the work in to showcase the craziest mods for Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint, where you can actually play the games in first person. There's clearly a market for this, and I think if the next game goes that milsim, ready or not, I'm curious if it's going to end up being open world. I don't know, but I would love a tried and true first person military simulation Ghost Recon experience from a AAA dev team. Not that I have any faith in Ubisoft to pull this off after the track record that they have had over the past decade. I have to say, I think one of the only franchises that I think they've done well supporting, you guys can disagree all you fucking want, is Rainbow Six. That being said, I would also love if they did the Ghost Recon treatment, if it is what they're saying it's going to be, that first person milsim fucking grounded experience. I would love if they brought that to the Rainbow Six universe, but I don't think that's going to happen. Rainbow Six has taken on a brand new life with a brand new community that has been supporting that game. But what's weird to me is when it comes to Ghost Recon, you have a lot of people who loved Wildlands and just wanted to see Wildlands, but more content, different content, and then a refined experience and more streamlined and just better mechanics and just build upon the foundation that was Wildlands. Breakpoint was kind of that, but they went in this weird like survival slash like really like future tech drone wave and nobody fucked with it. A lot of people were asking just to go back and give us Wildlands 2. One of my most popular videos on this channel is why I was not excited for what Wildlands was going to become all the way back like 8-9 years ago when we first saw the game being shown off for the first time. I saw the writing on the wall. I said that this franchise is going in a direction that I don't think OG Ghost Recon fans really fuck with. And now we're here. We haven't heard about Ghost Recon in 6 fucking years. The last game was a huge swing and a miss. Their post-launch support of it was great, but that being said, that game was a total fucking flop. So I guess my question is like, why didn't Ubisoft just go back to what they found successful in Wildlands? Even though I disagree with it, Wildlands was genuinely a very successful title for them. A lot of people loved it. It brought a lot of new eyes to the franchise. It kind of did what Rainbow Six Siege did for the Rainbow Six franchise, but then they just kind of squandered it. I'm curious why they didn't want to go back and do Wildlands or Wildlands 2, but instead they're going back to the drawing board and giving us a tried and true first-person Ghost Recon experience. Because I'll be honest, as much as I love Deef and as much as I loved fucking around with the first-person mods for Ghost Recon, this looks janky. It was fun, it's cool, but it's not the way the game was actually meant to be played. If they put a lot of work in and give us a solid, like real, true next-gen Ghost Recon experience, that'll go hard as fuck. The game is poised to be squad-based military shooter, almost milsim-like in nature, that will take inspiration from some of the leading first-person military games, including Modern Warfare, Battlefield, Squad, and Ready or Not. It's fucking over. Give me this. As always, guys, I want to know what you think down below. Let's have a conversation. Let's get back to when Ubisoft was actually on top, and I'm hoping that this is the resurgence that we're waiting for when it comes to this fucking company. Because as much as I know we're all Ubisoft haters, I do feel like we want these guys to return to their former glory, and the only way they do that is to go back to the past, bring it up to a modern day standard, and give us the games that we have been asking for from the Tom Clancy IPs. Military-based shooters, drop-in, drop-out co-op, first-person hardcore milsim style perspective. Let me know what you guys think down below. While you're down there, leave a like on the video, subscribe for more content just like this, and make sure you guys head over to GamerSupps, pick yourself up a shaker. The flavor I've been cranking on is Pestily's Antidote. Go pick it up. Use code BigFry for 10% off your order. And if you don't know what it is a sugar-free alternative to energy drinks and other sports drinks. And if you guys want to try it out for yourself without spending any money outside of the shipping, you can go there, use creator code BigFry, and you can get yourself some free samples so you can try it without spending any money. My name is BigFry. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.